What's good, y'all? It's the All Facts No Cap podcast here, and I hope you all are having an amazing day. As I'm your host, Horace Fakar, and we're here with another episode. And this is a very interesting and controversial topic. Me and the guests are going to talk about, and I have a very special guest. Care to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Aditya. I'm Hars's friend, and
Okay,
I'm
first of
here
all,
to
okay,
talk
no,
with
no,
them
no, no,
about.
no, no, no. Okay, just talk how you normally talk. Just talk how
Oh,
you normally
okay.
talk. Just talk how you
I
normally
thought I
talk,
thought you wanted
man.
like the introduction to be like
No, no, no.
formal.
Just talk.
Okay,
Just talk how you normally talk.
all right, scrap that.
No, no, no. I'm keeping this. Just go, go, go. I'm keeping this.
Okay, well, my name's Aditya, and um, we're just here to talk about whatever we want.
Mainly politics because that's like the only major this kid knows. So yeah, we'll go. That's why this is
Yeah,
a very sensitive topic because a lot of people hate politics, a lot of people like politics. Yeah, we'll see how it is, right? But
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna ask you
Trigger
this question.
warning.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna ask you this question in DT. For those of you who are listening, you'll comment down below what do you think about this. But what are your political preferences?
Hmm. Well, so when I talked to you last, I was like hardcore conservative. Like you remember when we were biking and stuff, and I was like,
Aha, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm like a conservative and shit. Okay, now I'm like more in the middle. I'm like I have some conservative views, but I'm pretty like liberal on some things too.
That has always been me. Yeah, that's always been
Hmm.
me. But I'm not really a huge politics guy, so that's why I'm kind of in that situation because I don't really want to because like I'm not really a big fan of Trudeau, but I'm also not a fan of like Doug Ford, like you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
I know those are two different types of government, but like they're the one's conservative, one's liberal, so I'm just gonna go off with that.
yeah.
And do we like detail why are you why are your political preferences this way?
Honestly, I don't know where it started. I think I started paying more like it started my I started to shape my political preferences when I started to pay more attention to politics. So that would probably be like a little bit before COVID, maybe like September-ish of 2019, maybe October. And like I just started to do like a bunch of research into like different topics. And like sometimes I just go into like Discord calls and just like listen to people debate politics. And I just got like so interested in all of that. And so I initially started out like a loser, like a really far right kind of person. Like it just like was not good. I'm not going to get too much into like the views and everything, just because they aren't the best. But like as COVID progressed and like as I sat at home more, I started to like I had more time on my hands to sort of like reevaluate what I believed and things like that. And so now I'm sort of in this position where I'm in the middle. I'm like a little bit more conservative than liberal, but I'm nowhere near as like far right as I was even like a couple months back.
This is very interesting. So okay, yeah. So since you are a bit conservative, right, is what you're claiming you are.
Yeah, yeah.
What what do you think of how do you think of what Doug Ford is dealing with this C virus? And if you don't like anything he's doing, like what would you change if you were in his shoes?
Yeah, so I at the start of the pandemic, I thought he was doing like a good job, and he was like, and he was doing everything good and everything. But like, sort of as the pandemic progressed, his quality has really gone down. And then now with like the vaccine distribution and all of that, it's been so slow compared to other provinces, and even like we used to make fun of the states for like how shitty their everything was going on over there, but like now they're in a better position than us. So I really don't think Doug Ford's done a good job, and that reflects with his poll numbers. He used to have like maybe last April or May, he had like a 60-70% approval rate. Now he went down to like a 50%, which is like he'd still win an election, but he wouldn't win by the type of margin that he won last time. So what I would change is I work on the infrastructure of getting the vaccines to the pharmacies and the hospitals, and hiring more people to vaccinate more people, because the truth is, if you pour a little bit more money now, you're going to save like 10 times more money later when you have to keep on giving people like unemployment benefits because their places of work are just not able to open up due to like COVID outbreaks and all of that. So the faster, even if there's like a little bit of a higher upfront charge, like you have to spend more money on infrastructure, hiring people to give out the vaccines, it'll end up paying off in the long run. And that's what I'd change about what he's done.
By the way, do you hear me chewing?
Yeah, no, I don't hear you chewing.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, I forgot what I was gonna say, but let me go back to that
Wait, I
conversation we were
gotta ask
having.
you a question though. I gotta ask you a question.
Okay, yeah, what do you want?
What are your political leanings?
Well, I did tell you I was kind of in the middle between conservative and liberal, right? Like I'm not pure conservative, I'm not pure liberal.
Mhm. Well, I
And
mean, well, what are like here? Yeah.
what am I? What? Yeah, wait, continue.
Oh, I was gonna ask like, okay, what's your opinion on spending more money on, say, like welfare? What do you think about that?
Hmm. Probably in the same way you is that I think we can really focus more on the infrastructure on how to get the vaccines to the pharmacies rather than just to force it out and then just let it be there. And then there's going to be a lot of money poured into like different sort of things that is kind of really useless. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
I kind of agree with you a lot where yeah, just focus more on the infrastructure on how to deal with getting the vaccines to the pharmacies, and then that can create more jobs in a way, and then that can like get rid of the unemployment rates like faster than usual, right?
I'm not sure if you want to talk about it. Just like tell me if you don't want to talk about it. But like, there's like been a lot more coverage on like the Israel Palestine thing in recent
Yeah,
months. Do you want to talk
yeah,
about
I've
that?
seen that.
You want to
Okay,
talk about it?
I'm just, this is a podcast. We're just saying what our thoughts are. Okay, so if you want to talk
Hmm.
about, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So like, what do you want to
Okay.
speak? What do you want to speak about it? Like, would you want to speak the political side of it? Like,
Hmm.
what's right or what's wrong?
I
What do you want
don't.
to speak?
I actually have a pretty uncontroversial take on it. I think that like what Israel is doing is wrong. Like, it's obviously not correct. Like, you can't just like do what Israel is doing to the Palestinians and the Arabs
Israel.
and
Oh yeah,
whatnot.
this is
But at
actually a
the
fun
same
fact.
time, mhm.
This is actually a fun fact. Israel, I think, is like the third. Have you? I think you've seen this. You know, like the countries that have like the highest vaccination rates.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Israel's like
yeah,
top, like
that
two
is
second
true.
or something. Yeah,
No, Israel's first. They have like more than fifty
yeah,
percent of
yeah,
their
yeah. They have more
country
than
like
50%.
vaccinated
Yeah, that
completely.
was my point. Yeah, that's why like when you see Israel, like a lot of people are actually like doing regular stuff. Like they're not isolating. They're not doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah. So what are
continue on what you're saying. Yeah,
okay? Yeah,
you
what I was
continue what
saying
you're
was
saying.
I don't necessarily believe that what Israel is doing to the Palestinians is correct, but at the same time, I don't take the side of the people that are like, oh, Israel is like a false state or like it shouldn't exist or something like that. Because I do believe that Israel should exist for the Jews, but at the same time, I think we need to negotiate like some sort of agreement with the Palestinians and uh, the Arabs and the Israelis to sort of like get their land things sorted out. But it's
Yeah,
like obviously easier said than
that's where
done.
the problem starts. They can't really do that. They can't
Hmm.
really like,
Wait, why
negotiate.
don't what?
They can't really negotiate and agree on terms because it's really is it going to be on like layers on top of layers? And do you know why? Because when you think about it in a
Yeah,
certain way,
it's like there's like a long ass history behind it.
no, it's not even that. It's just that Israel want their land back because it was given to them by God, according to them, right?
Hmm.
And but as a person who lived, I'm not a person. I'm just as a person in a Palestinian point of view. The country has been ruled by our people, and it was taken not taken away by the Jews. It was just conquered over, and then civilization began, and then this is what happened. And then World War II happened, and then all this stuff just and then Israel were forced to like leave, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I've
and then
heard
so
like
then
a
yeah,
lot of
since
different
they
perspectives on
cannot,
it.
they cannot, yeah, so they cannot really do it. Like if you know what I like, it's they can't really negotiate and just agree. Like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. There's like a lot of history behind it and everything. But at the same time, like I've heard so many perspectives on it because I've heard like the one there's like Israel's or Jews will say, well, Judea existed before that, and there were like all these other things that they were there first, and then like the Arabs moved in a little bit, and then when they were banished because of like all the anti-Semitism, and they went to like Europe and all of that, and like the Holocaust happened, and then at the end, like I think it was called the Balfour Declaration. They
Yeah,
were
it was.
they gave they gave the land of that area back to, or that's the controversy, whether they gave it back or gave it to um the Jews.
The one. Uh, I I'm more on the side of Palestine. I'm more on their side because
Uh-huh.
I'm I'm a Muslim myself, so like that's
Yeah.
I don't really think what Israel is doing is right, of course, because like of course like they of course, but the one thing to understand, Israel did win a few land wars, right? That's why they're thinking of
Yeah.
taking back the land, but the way they're taking back the land and the way they're dealing with all these Palestinians is not right. It's just not right, according to me. According to me, and according to a bunch of
I
people too. Even
completely agree.
according, yeah,
I
even
don't
according
think
to you
that.
too. Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
saw a few
I don't think
Instagram
it's
posts today
right,
about
like
this.
gunning down little. I don't think it's okay gunning down little Palestinian people just for fun. Like I don't think that's
Oh,
okay. It's like serious human rights violations and things like that.
oh yeah. So I was gonna talk about this is not really political, but would you or well, it is kind of just like are you gonna study politics after high school?
Nah, I am not, because like the okay, the simple answer is the job opportunities if you do like political science in university is like dog shit after you graduate.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh,
Remember?
that's actually a good question. What do you want to do after you
Remember? No,
graduate?
no, no, no. I'm not touching on that. I've been thinking about this for days, but I'm not gonna touch on it right now. But I was
Yeah.
remember a few days ago when I told you for some reason I've thought of thinking of just going elsewhere for university, just not living in Canada. I think just the main
Oh
reason
yeah.
of that, I think the main reason of that is just that schools in Ontario just have no school spirit, so school life is kind of just depressing.
Yeah, and no matter like how much shit people talk about America, like the school spirit that they have is crazy. Like even for high school and everything,
I
they
know,
have
no,
like, have you
even
seen
yeah,
like those crazy football games?
even for us, like yo, when we went to our school, right? Like when we go to our school, like right now before the C virus and stuff, right? There was really no school spirit. Just everyone was just there and then just left, and then just taught, like just left. Go
Exactly.
home. Like there wasn't really anything you can do. And of course, there were like programs where like the co-primes did this stuff and like, but that's really nothing. Yeah, man.
Have you seen the football games in America? Have you seen them, the high school ones?
Yeah, yeah, bro. I'm not an NFL scout, but like I wish I am an NFL scout, but I scout a lot of prospects, right? So,
Hmm.
but it's just for fun. Like I don't actually scout and just say, oh yeah, this guy. Like I just do it for fun. I say, yeah, this guy's gonna be special. Yeah, so I've seen games. Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of things.
And I just can't get over like their stadiums. They literally have like insane like
Exactly. Yeah,
full
one of my
size
friends.
fields
I went
with
one of
like
my friends.
really high bleachers.
Exactly. Yeah, one of my friends, right? So I went to Texas, and the guy, my friend showed me his school, and I said, "Bro, like you have a." He said, "Your art school is kind of poor." I said, "Bro, you have a football field, like literally the stadium's the size of like the University of Waterloo stadium, and you have a huge you have a huge school. My school is like probably like a third of that, like all of that. His school is huge too, and it was like one of on like the poorer side.
I think everything is just bigger there. I think everything's just bigger.
Well, there's also more funding too, so it's not like it's anything different.
Hmm.
Actually, yeah, one thing I
Yeah.
was gonna touch upon was I really liked high school as a as like as a me as a human, like as me. If I were to elaborate on that, I'm gonna say like I really liked high school just because like I'm old enough to do whatever I want, but I'm not old enough to really like worry about the big things, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know what you're saying. Like
yeah.
you're able to like get your driver's license. You can drive a little bit, but like you don't have to pay the bills or anything.
Like I'm like it's like I can do whatever I want. Like I can go to parties. I can go to I can go to parties. I can hang out with friends. I can probably like go like not sleep over, but just like have fun. And then I'm not the one worrying about have to paying like insurance, like house rent. Like I don't have to be I don't have to do that.
Don't worry, just wait one more year. That's gonna be us when we turn 18.
If I'm thinking of staying in Waterloo, well, I'm probably gonna stay in Waterloo. That's for a high for post secondary.
Mm.
So like that's my main goal is to stay. So I can save I can actually save a lot of money, and the university is like right down there. So
Exactly.
sick. Oh yeah, yeah. So are you thinking of going outside, inside, or staying in Waterloo? Like outside the
Oh,
province,
I'm
inside the
staying
province?
water. I'm hoping to stay in Waterloo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not trying to pay that expensive ass residence fee and those stupid meal plans. Crazy.
Meal plans. Yeah. There's also actually one. This is a. What's so funny? What's so funny? Wait, I heard you laughing.
Oh no. Oh, that was probably my hoodie. I was like swinging it back and forth. Probably just made a
Oh,
noise.
okay. Never mind. All right. Okay. So yeah, did you have been listening to this podcast
Yeah.
actually? Have you been
I
listening to the
listened.
podcast?
I only found out that you were I only found out that you were doing the podcast like what, like a week ago, maybe
Uh-huh.
a week ago or something. I listened to your draft picks one. Uh, I forget which one you like. It was I feel like it was where you predicted like the draft picks or something. I forget the
Mm,
name. Oh,
the
and I
mock
heard the
draft.
one you talked with Steven. Yeah, mock draft, and the one you did with Steven.
Yo, that's the man, yo, the mock drafts was, but you're not really a huge sports guy, right? So,
Nah, I'm not really into sports, but I've been getting into Formula One recently.
oh yeah, I know a lot of people that are into Formula One.
There's
And
actually a race tomorrow. If you
whoever's
want,
listening,
watch it.
whoever's listening, I know who you are. Wait, hold up. You used to talk about Formula One a bit.
Oh, you were muted. Oh, I mean, if you want, I can talk a little bit about Formula One. I actually saw it like for the first time when I went to the Montreal Grand Prix,
Okay, no,
like
that's the
I
thing.
think 2 years ago.
My dad entered the room, and then I wanted you to just continue talking. So then, when you left, it was a
Oh
conversation that
yeah,
would have had.
my bad,
Okay, yeah, no. So I was gonna. My point is like
my bad.
I know the people that listen to the podcast, and I know one of them is very into Formula One, and he knows who he is. So like, he's probably laughing
Okay,
right
here,
now.
let me
So
tell you
yeah.
how I got introduced to Formula One. So in 2019, I went to the Montreal Grand Prix, and honestly, like I was watching like a little bit of Formula One. before that and everything, but I wasn't as much into it as I was um, when I went to there and when I came back. And so like we were like so close to the cars, like you could. It was on like a It was on like a turn, so you'd see them like coming really fast down like the straight, and you'd see them like turn and then go around. And actually, we saw one of the cars wipe out, or like they crashed into the side, and then they had to call like a tow truck looking thing, and they lifted it. Honestly, it was really fun. I think it was Mercedes that won that that race.
And then how are you starting to get into it now?
Oh, I just watched like all of the races. Like today was the time trials. So like to figure out the order in which they go race tomorrow. And so it's the race is probably going to start tomorrow morning at like 9 or something. So I'm going to wake up and watch it.
That's very interesting.
You should watch it too.
Bro, I watch so many sports. It's getting to the point where it's like, again?
True. I mean, Formula One, there I have one problem with Formula One. It's like to get onto a team, it's like so much. You know what nepotism is?
Wait, repeat that. F what?
Nepotism.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much like nepotism. Like, there's this guy named Lance Stroll on the Formula One. He's on one of the teams. He only has his seat because his dad is literally the owner of the car company for which he races for. Literally. And the people that get in for the most part are like super duper wealthy. Like there's one Canadian in it that I know. His name's like Nicholas Latifi, something Latifi. His parents own like a big meat company in like the GTA or something. Crazy. Yeah. So it's mostly just for the rich at Formula One. That's one problem I have with it.
Yeah, one problem I have with Formula One is just it's not engaging. Okay, yeah, moving on. Okay, weren't you into basketball for a bit?
Wait, could you repeat that?
Weren't you into basketball for a bit?
I mean, I was sort of like into it in the sense that like my brother watches it a lot, so naturally I end up watching it. I was really into basketball when like the Raptors won 2 years ago. And like call me a bandwagon all you want, but like that I only started really watching them because they started winning like a ton of games. And now I don't watch them because they're just not as good anymore. Like I don't know what happened to the Raptors. They just like lost all their players. They lost Kawhi. Then um, yeah, everything went down from there. Are you still there?
My dad just came across. Hey, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. My dad just came across and just saw your name, and then he said, "It's a Hindu name. It's a Hindu name." I said, I know."
Wait, how did he know?
What?
Oh, I mean, I guess. Wait, how did he know it's a Hindu name?
Bro, my dad has Hindu friends. I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah. So what?
oh,
All right.
tell your
Okay.
dad I'm still grateful for the pizza he bought us that day. Remember?
What great? Wait, what day? Oh,
Remember when we
that was
watched
a
the
year
Super Bowl?
ago.
Yeah,
That was man, that was a year ago. You were cheering for the 49ers. I remember that.
yeah. And then we
You
went
made that
to
bet. Yeah, you made it for the bet.
Evo's house the next time for what was it? What what was it? This
It
All-Star
was for
game?
the
All-Star game.
NBA All-Star game, yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
fun times.
that was really like
Pre-COVID
that
times.
was no that was literally the month before the lockdown happened.
Yeah,
That was
what
the
was that?
month.
I think it was literally exactly a month before because the lock. It was what like mid-February or something.
The lockdown happened in March 13.
Yeah, mid-March. And then when was the All-Star game? Like
That was
February?
that was mid-February.
Crazy. That was like the last time. Oh my God. It's been almost what?
A
A
year
year
and
and
a
a half
half,
since then.
man.
Oh my God. I can't wait to get my stupid vaccine and then just like stop wearing a mask and then just have fun again.
I think we still might wear mask just because for the sake of wearing mask. Like even if you get your vaccine.
Once we have like a certain amount of the population vaccinated, I feel like we can finally not wear it anymore. But I think a lot of people are still going to wear it anyways because it
Yeah,
feels
it's
weird now going in like a crowded area without a mask.
not even that. It's just people are still like they're still more paranoid about it, right? It's like, this didn't happen
Yeah,
not too long ago. So
true. Yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah. So
very, very true.
all right, so I don't know how much time this has been, but it was good to have you on Aditya, and whoever's listening, shout out to you for Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is. And Aditya, it was great having you on. I know I said this already, and I'm Horace Vikar, and this is the All Facts No Cap podcast.